Sí. Sí. Me la va a hacer. Pero yo no noto cuando subo de ritmo. Él me lo recordaba, me dice baja, baja, porque yo no me siento, te lo juro.
No somos Justin.
Cuídame, champ, cuídame.
No somos Justin.
La primera sudada de verdad en Miami.
Topuria, we know the man's phenomenal. He took a little break away from the sport to clear up some personal matters, okay? Going through a divorce, very messy business. But that's settled. He's back and he's aiming the White House and he wants to fight Justin Gaethje.
Behind the headlines and the hype, the real work has finally begun in the quiet corners of a gym in Madrid. Ilia Topuria has officially started training for his clash with Justin Gaethje, marking the end of a long layoff and the beginning of a singular, focused mission. For Topuria, this camp isn't just about physical conditioning, it's about finding his rhythm again after a season of personal turbulence. As he laces up his gloves and resets his sights on the human highlight reel, the narrative shifts from speculation to sweat. This is the moment where the undefeated champion stops being a name on a poster and starts the process of preparing for the most violent test of his career.
Everything's flawless. His boxing is so dangerous. He's so dangerous everywhere. He's dangerous with submissions. He's dangerous with kicking. He's dangerous. His heart is dangerous. He fought this dude, Jai Herbert, and he went up to 155 for that fight. So he's a 45-pounder. And he said, fuck it, I'll take a fight at 55. He gets head kicked in the first round by Jai Herbert. Is a nasty stand-up fighter. He's so good. He's real slick. He's real good stand-up, like real sharp stand-up. And he caught Topuria with the perfect head kick. And Topuria, he's in real trouble. He got dropped. And he scrambled, got a hold of him. Next round, sent him into the dark lands. Blasted him against literally slept him, face planted him. And walk off.
Joe Rogan views Ilia Topuria as a terrifying and flawless fighter who is dangerous in every phase of the game, from his elite boxing to his high-level submissions. Rogan is particularly impressed by Topuria's championship mindset and resilience, specifically citing his ability to survive a devastating head kick against Jai Herbert and return to deliver a face-planting knockout. To Rogan, Topuria's combination of technical sharpness, power, and mental drive makes him a real problem who has effectively cleared out much of his division.
That guy, but right now it's Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, and tell me you don't want to see those two throw down. Tell me you don't want to see how Justin would fare against Ilia Topuria. To be fair, Ilia, less miles on the clock, less wear and tear. The man's in his prime. He is not even mentioning retirement. He's talking about going up to 170 and taking out the champ there.
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170. And I will beat him and get the third title.
The man wants to go down in the history of the sport. He wants to be a legend. He wants to be the greatest fighter the sport's ever seen. And he just might bloody well do that because the punch power is ridiculous. The reflexes are ridiculous and the man is fresh, okay? As a daisy. He's got no injuries. He's had no surgeries. He's got no divorce trouble. He's got no distractions mentally. And he's coming back. And I'm guaranteeing you the Michael Bisping seal of approval. And I have no inside information whatsoever, but there's a good chance, I'm saying I guarantee, there's a really good chance that this will be the main event at the White House.
Michael Bisping explains that Ilia Topuria is entering this fight in a prime position, both mentally and physically. He notes that Topuria has successfully moved past significant personal distractions, specifically a difficult divorce, allowing him to return to training with a completely clear head. Bisping highlights that Topuria is fresh as a daisy, benefiting from having far less wear and tear and fewer career injuries than a veteran like Gaethje. Beyond his physical health, Bisping is highly impressed by Topuria's ridiculous punching power and reflexes, suggesting that his technical peak and immense ambition to become an all-time legend make him a massive favorite. Ultimately, Bisping views Topuria as a focused, high-level strategist who is currently operating at a level that could define a new era for the sport.
The most technical, sound athletes that I've seen in mixed martial arts, meaning that his cadence of a rhythm when he boxes, when he hits pads, everything he does is like strategic, right? And so
it's also surgical. The precision is perfect. There's no telegraph. There's no opening.
Yeah.
He sets things up.
Yeah.
The timing is ridiculous.
Yep.
You know, and then of course combine that with the power that he has. I mean, one shot is truly all it takes.
Yeah. And
Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson describes Ilia Topuria as one of the most technically sound athletes he has ever seen in mixed martial arts. He emphasizes that Topuria is both strategic and surgical in his approach, noting that his boxing rhythm and pad work display a level of precision that is essentially perfect. Johnson highlights that Topuria fights without telegraphing his movements or leaving openings, utilizing ridiculous timing to set up his strikes. Furthermore, he points out that when this mastery is combined with Topuria's natural power, it creates a dangerous dynamic where one single shot is all it takes to end a fight.
that's where Justin Gaethje is dangerous. The jab and that inside super quick. Yep, there's that step in where he starts getting people ducking down for that uppercut.
To continue the analysis of the lightweight division, Demetrius Johnson breaks down Justin Gaethje's fighting style as incredibly dangerous and brutal. He highlights his powerful jab, unique punching style, and devastating uppercuts. Johnson makes a note on Gaethje's technique where he steps in to draw his opponents into range, often shifting momentum with his overhand right and crisp combinations that seem to come from all directions. Despite all his praises and admiration for Gaethje and his techniques, Johnson observes that Gaethje can be vulnerable in grappling exchanges. He points out a specific moment where a more opportunistic grappler could have ended the fight. Overall, Johnson characterizes Gaethje's approach as one of pure grit, relying on his ability to deliver high-impact strikes like head kicks and heavy hooks.
Would appear to be a mental giant, right? I mean, I would think any life experience would be something that would forge him. And here's the quote that I just wanted to read, and we'll start with Ray and then Kenny on down the line. The challenge is going to come during 15 minutes that I am in that octagon, but outside of that, it's just a normal day. So don't let yourself travel into the future and wear yourself down mentally.
John Anik sees Topuria as a mental giant. He points out that the fighter has an extraordinary psychological resilience that sets him apart from other high-level athletes. Additionally, Anik highlights Topuria's ability to separate the chaos of the outside world, media, trash talking, and expectations from the actual 15 or 25 minutes spent in the octagon. Anik reads a quote from Topuria explaining that outside of the fight, it's just a normal day and you shouldn't let yourself travel into the future and wear yourself down. Anik suggests that Topuria has reached a level of mental mastery that makes him nearly impossible to beat when combined with his physical skills. Ultimately, Anik views Topuria as a brilliant icon whose approach to life and competition continues to blow his mind, making him a fascinating figure to watch in the sport.
Different stakes. So the ability to put that out of your head is huge. And clearly, Ilia Topuria has some kind of recipe that's working for him because we see it in his performances. Almost the more difficult the matchup, the better he performs.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead, Ray.
Kenny Florian describes Ilia Topuria as an exceptionally disciplined fighter who has mastered the whole game of the mental side of mixed martial arts. He notes that Topuria possesses a unique ability to compartmentalize the high-pressure environment of championship fights, allowing him to engage in trash talking and heavy media obligations while remaining completely present and focused once he enters the octagon. Florian observes that Topuria has a specific recipe for success as he consistently performs better as the difficulty of the matchup increases. Ultimately, Florian views Topuria's mental resilience and tactical focus as a special talent that gives him a massive advantage over opponents who might be drained by the spiritual and physical demands of the sport. This fight isn't just a tactical breakdown, it's a story about two men at very different points in their lives. For Justin Gaethje, this is about the quiet dignity of a veteran who has given his body to the sport and wants to prove that his fire hasn't dimmed. For Ilia Topuria, it's about a man who has navigated personal storms outside the cage to find a sense of peace and purpose inside of it. On June 14, they aren't just fighting for a title, they're fighting to define who they are in this next chapter of their lives. It's a human struggle for legacy, and in the end, that's the only thing that truly stays with you when the cheering stops.